To which Biggie replied, fact checker Rusty has got to stop emailing me on a Friday, because that's what he does on a Friday.
Yeah, right before a show.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it, like a pump up email.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just get out there and give them the best you've got. You know you've got it in you. Sometimes, and recently it's been, sure, this week hasn't been good, but you still have a chance to save it.
Yeah.
Last month, he said, yeah, you had a bad month, but here, you can save it on the last day, or you're going into a new month, you can do well. Today,
Yeah.
he pumped me up, and I came in and said, gentlemen, we are getting ready to have a phenomenal broadcast, and then we're off next week. To which Biggie replied, geez, Rusty, enough.
I've had it with Rusty in these emails.
Stop firing up Kelly.
Stop it, please.
Because it trickles down to us. And Chris Demm and I are always just the same on Friday. Oh, thank God it's Friday. I know. Let's power through these 4. You always come in just, let's give them all we got to end the week on a high note. But, you know, I also blame Rusty for your put up or shut up losses this year.
I've had some tough...
Hold on, make your case.
A tough go of it lately. I can't imagine how could Rusty, who writes me these stirring emails, how could he possibly?
Here's what I think. I think that you get all whipped up early. You know, this is the best show ever. And then what happens is you get beaten down over the next several hours.
It doesn't go.
It doesn't go. Yeah, you'll say something like, I think we should all be vacced," and
Oh,
it'll just,
God. Oh,
you know.
I know. God.
Oh, yeah, I think we should all be vaccinated. Here it comes. You moron. So what happens is,
You're right.
you know, on Friday, he gets you built all up, which is why you say things like that.
No question.
And you just stand up, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And then, by put up or shut up time, you're beaten.
So true.
You sulk out of here. We got to drag you back in. Ooh, ooh.
Last Friday, I did. He pumped me up, and I said, I think we should all get vaccinated. And then during the put up or shut up rock and roll trivia game, when I was in the hall waiting to play, I just quickly thumbed through my emails. And everybody said, you idiot, you're
my phone.
And then I got in here and I was thinking about that and I lose. Or I tied last week. But that's how it goes. That's how it happens. You're exactly right.
And that's why I say that he should not send you that email on a Friday. He should send you an email that says, great week, best of luck on your, the last day. That's it.
That's all he needs. Don't try to do the pump up. It just is a reverse effect. It doesn't work. It's like words that are written for me. I told Chris Demm, I've been involved with something the last several years. It's a 5K on an airport runway. And this year, I have not been invited back. For the first time in 7 or 8 years.
A long time.
Yeah. They're our colleagues who I do a podcast with, Jared, we're doing...
We know.
Sports talking, yakking.
Sports yakking.
Bitches on sports or sports bitches.
Sports bitches.
Sports bitches.
Still checking to see if it's taken.
I do a podcast with him. He and his radio co-host have been selected this year to be out at the runway. And I think it's probably because this event, which I've now done about 8 years in a row, it's a 5K on an airport runway. Last year it was canceled because of COVID. But what they do is they raise money for the Hungry for the Food Bank, which is a great cause, of course. And before it starts, there's, 1,000 runners there ready to do it. And they give everybody a microphone. And first, somebody from the TV station, the TV partner, the Fox affiliate, will speak.
A real star.
A real star. And then the guy from the food bank will speak. And then the guy from the airport will speak. All these dignitaries, like 4 or 5 people before me.
So this is only for the the people running the event. They see this on the program.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's the order.
We are given a sheet that says, and it actually says like order of speakers, and it always starts with the TV star to welcome everybody. This is somebody from the local news, and they welcome, and it says, it gives them a little script to say.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and then it's like 2 pages, and then the next person is head of airport, and he's got a little script to say, and then it's food bank and on down, and then everybody's got a little script to say, and then it comes to me, and it says radio sponsor Chris Kelly, and just in parentheses it says something heartfelt and poignant. Now, the TV celebrity has always said to me, are you going to be able to say something heartfelt and poignant? And I never have. I'm always just, basically it's like what they said, and I wave to the crowd.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I mean, it's hard to be poignant, period.
Right.
But for you to speak from your heart, that's a dark place.
Never happens. How am I going to speak from my heart, I
you
told
don't do that.
The first year I did, I told Krista, I was like, I'm supposed to say something heartfelt and poignant, and he laughed like milk came out of
I didn't mean to, but
I'm so sorry.
yeah,
I thought you said heartfelt and
it
poignant.
was inadvertent.
I did.
Apparently.
That's a good one.
You being heartfelt and poignant. Right.
Right. So after all these years, they finally thought he can't do it.
Yeah,
He can't deliver.
have him do this.
Hand it over to somebody. Hand it over to his podcast partner.
Yeah.
Jared will be
The
out
sport
there.
yak.
The sport yak. I like that. The sport yak.
Sports yak.
Biggie does a podcast. I'm now doing a podcast with the sports
It's
yak.
a semi-regular thing, but I certainly suspect that once the football season goes along, certainly when college basketball kicks up, you two have a lot in common.
I think
yeah.
you're right.
You like a few of the same teams.
Yeah. Chris Demm said a female colleague stopped by the office yesterday,
Again, from a different program.
and they got into a deep discussion of charcuterie.
But 10 minutes easy.
And at the end of it, somebody hit record on this thing.
So this should have been a podcast.
Somebody hit record.
Look at us. Look at everyone going around the
We're all
building.
branching out.
We're all getting out. They didn't record it, but next
Yeah.
time now, when charcuterie comes, you can talk
Yeah.
about that for days and weeks.
Of course.
I mean,
and then wine pairing?
Yeah.
Forget about it.
What goes on your board first? Well, definitely the cheese.
I just saw this the other day. They were talking about a charcuterie on TV.
Really?
Yeah, and cheese was first.
Well, yeah, you need like a hard, a soft, and a like a something else, like like you need something that's
Yes.
savory and that kind of thing.
The woman who was in charge of the charcuterie, and I was watching this on television, said that
What were you watching?
a news program, and they were doing charcuterie.
News?
Yeah. It was.
Was it for like your fall picnics or something?
Yeah, it's something like, or it's been about a month. It's probably like late summer picnic, and she said the key to it was to make sure the cheese was sliced and everything was easy to pick up off the charcuterie, and otherwise,
Well, yeah, you don't want to make your guest,
No.
or you don't want to be doing the work with the knife work. You want to do that
exactly
kind of ahead of time.
Ahead of time. There was a podcast. I don't know the show, the PK and DK show, and they were doing one, and it got struck by lightning while they were on.
Oh yeah.
There was a lightning strike. I told the sports yak, if this happens to us, I'm done. It just to me, I take it as a sign. So this was the broadcast in question. They did this 2 days ago in California.
Actually, should you take this mic? Oh, it's bad, bro.
Yeah.
Whoa, did you hear
it
that?
It just hit in our headphones.
Oh, crap. Oh, my God.
It just hit in our headphones.
Yeah.
It's
is everything working still? Oh, God.
She touched the mic. It was still like had a charge going through it.
Yeah. Sometimes those garages are vulnerable.
Well,
It may not be grounded.
yeah. Mostly it's just metal.
That's a fact.
Metal door.
When you're in there doing that. And I told the sports yak, I was like, look, sports bitches is over. If we get hit by
Safety
that,
first.
Absolutely. We can't do that.
If there's even a thunderstorm watch,
Forget
I'm
it.
out.
Forget it. We're not doing that. Exactly.
Have you ever been on the air and struck by lightning? I don't think it's ever. I think I've heard it once or twice, but it's pretty rare.
Not me. I can't recall
I've been
that.
on the air when the transmitter's gotten struck by lightning, or the antenna on top of the building.
But it doesn't sound like that.
It doesn't sound like that.
No, it was that was something I had never heard before. When you're podcasting now, you take your life into your own hands. It's a dangerous game.
Is your home studio grounded in case something like that happens, Kelly? You still, I think, have a home studio
with your
Or
voiceover.
is it just gathering dust?
It's just I haven't been in there in a while. I got turned down, rejected by so many products. I was trying to get the combos deal.
Combos.
Yeah.
You submitted for that.
I submitted for combos.
What did you did the top 10 rednecks in Michigan, I believe.
It's my only.
That was your one.
That was like 10 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they paid me nothing.
If you're ever in Michigan, look us up.
Somebody
We'll hook
emailed.
you up.
I do top 10 rednecks in Michigan, around the country. I did Michigan, and I didn't get the Minnesota gig after that. He was going, and he said, I know.
I was like, I remember his top 10 redneck moments in Michigan.
I did do that. That was the one.
Still on YouTube.
I thought it was a real breakthrough. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Well, not to combine worlds colliding sort of here, but I've said your wife, the way she loves true crime, she should use your equipment and do a true crime podcast.
100%.
That's her passion.
100%.
The thing is, and I told her that to get the facts on the true crime is hard. She gets it from TV or podcast or whatever. She's this South Carolina murder case, man. She'd be
all over that.
Well,
I'm going to give an obscure reference here, but there's a 1980s movie called Funny Farm with Chevy Chase.
Know it well. Saw it in the theater.
Yes. Now, this is the setup of Funny Farm is what's probably going to happen with your wife. You see, he moves to the country. They buy a farmhouse because he wants to write his novel.
That's right.
Well, what ends up happening is his wife writes a children's book that becomes like a bestseller.
Oh, she's the real talent.
Yes. Meanwhile, he can't get his novel even written.
That's right.
So what's going to happen is she is going to use this podcasting equipment you have.
Right.
And launch a successful podcast, and she'll be going on the Today Show.
Exactly.
You know, to talk about her unbelievably successful true crime podcast.
You know what she should do? You know, because you're right. There are now TV shows. That Steve Martin Short show. It's a show about people who are into true crime podcasts.
Yes.
So you have to set yourself apart. Yeah. Don't be the one who digs for the facts.
Yeah.
Be the one who opens a bottle of wine. Call it Wine and Crime.
Wine and crime.
There's your angle.
I like it. Wine, crime, in bed by 9. That's her. That's her mantra.
Yeah.
That's exactly. She should. Yeah. Have a couple of glasses. Crack the microphone.
Yeah.
Get at it.
Talk about the whatever she's drinking.
Just start.
Give them a little plug.
Just start talking about. Yeah. Exactly.
This is brought to you by Turning Leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about this woman who lives in a van? How about this missing blonde white chick?
Yeah.
And she just ramble on about it.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
There's no standards, right?
No, none. And it can
you can say anything you want on a podcast.
You can.
And see, that's the thing is, though, she would become uber successful with it, and you'd have to pretend to be happy for her, but deep down, it would lead to the divorce.
Just like Chevy Chase in the
Exactly.
movie. He had to pretend. She wrote a children's book that got published. His novel, of course, went nowhere. And
it caused him to go insane.
it did. That's right.
I'll tell you, if you got time this weekend, it's not great.
It's not great.
I think it's definitely cocaine money, Chevy Chase.
I do too.
But it's worth a watch.
Just a paycheck for Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
I hope they wiped his nose clean before every take.
I had such high hopes going in, too. I really thought this is going to be a great Chevy Chase movie. He's right at the tail end of his, like, really prime. Late 80s, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
They move out to Redbud.
Redbud,
out in the middle of
that's
nowhere. From New York.
Yep.
Okay.
He finally cashes it all in. So I'm going to go write my novel. You know how people do. I'll go out. We'll live in the country.
Yeah.
Hilarious hijinks.
Beautiful home. I always thought the home was great.
Agreed. Hijinks ensue.
Are there wacky neighbors?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wacky town folk.
Okay.
The whole town is wacky.
Yes. And the mailman hits their mailbox, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
By the end, she's a wild success, and he's writing for the Redbud newspaper. And, and again, has been driven insane.
Like cat in tree rescued by firemen, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the local softball game. That's all. That's the
and
ending.
see, that's problem is that's what'll become of you.
Spoiler. Yeah. Spoiler on 2 counts.
Foreshadowing is what that is.
The movie and my whole life. I'll be driven insane and pulling my hair out. That's exactly right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help with dinner. I was doing my podcast.
Yeah.
I have millions of listeners that need to. It's fine. I make beefaroni.
That would kill me.
Did you mail out the new shipment of T-shirts and wine bottle openers?
Yeah.
I mean, the merchandising tie-ins.
That would drive
unbelievable.
me insane. That literally would drive me insane. You're right about that.